Okay, hello there. I am Pumper01, and this is AOS Virtual Pro Wrestling 2, and we are on pay-per-view number 7, and this is the Faction 3 title match or championship. And basically what's getting ready to happen is this is part 3 actually, and in the first match that took 2 videos, the number 1 contenders was able to win. So now in part 3, this will be the second match or the start of the second match, and we're finna see if the number 1 contenders can now become the champions by winning this, or will we have to go into a third championship match and decide and have a decisive winner. So the number 1 contenders, which is the team that you see in the red with the red numbers next to their names, if they win this match, they will be the new Faction 3 champions. But if the team where you see the blue at, who are the champs, the current champs, if they are able to win this, we'll go to a third and decisive tiebreaker match. So this again is part 3. So enjoy. And you already know the rules from the first video, but we can show them once again right quick if it'll let me. These are the rules for the title matches for the Faction 3. As you can see, it's PW rules, and it's 15 minutes. Yes, yes, no, yes, no. Blood stoppage, no, yes. Lumberjack. And yeah, we could basically get started. So making sure it's on the hardest difficulty once again. We match new settings. So let's get started with the first match. The first bout of match number 2. Oh damn it. That's my fault, Magnum Tokyo. We were supposed to see Magnum Tokyo's entrance, but I accidentally pressed start instead of A to just skip the first one. Fuck. That's my. Oh wait, we wasn't supposed to watch Magnum Tokyo. We were supposed to watch Don Fry walk out to the ring. That's right, because Magnum Tokyo is now his team is the challengers this time around. Yeah, fuck. Forgot to press A instead of start. Anyway, it's not that big of a deal, you know. They were able to win the titles, and they can do that shit come show 9. I mean, come pay-per-view 8. Not bad. We'll go after pay-per-view 7. We're going to show 8A, not 9. 9 until we're done with show 8. A, B, C, and pay-per-view number 8. And I think it's too far ahead. So, yeah, I said I was going to get started with these championships and stuff, or pay-per-view number 7 Friday, but ended up I had to just started just today instead of on Friday or Saturday because I was doing other stuff. Had a lot of other stuff I wanted to get done with and figure out, so, yeah, it don't matter, really. Because like until I get caught up with like the YouTube videos and figure out a way to like stream matches instead of just doing it like this, it's gonna be done this way anyway. And the thing is, it's not like I'm set to a set schedule with uploading it onto YouTube. I'm not gonna start doing that until like I catch all the way up. Then I have a set schedule for when I upload the videos and stuff like that. I may even start live streaming that. That's for future videos where I can get the right equipment and have everything set up the way I want it. I could be live streaming right now, but like, no, that wouldn't work out for me too well. You know, because it's nothing to do with the apps I use and stuff like that. It's all to do with how much space is on the goddamn app that I'm using and stuff like that. And the how much is going on with the internet and data and Wi-Fi and stuff like that as well. The speed of that to live stream and stuff. This is basically a rematch of their first matchup that wasn't too long ago, and part3 seems like he's making this at least a little bit easier the first time around, because in the first minute or so of their first matchup, you know, freaking Magnum was able to dominate the majority of the first 3.5 minutes of that, but this seems a little bit more even out between the two of them, you know, this time around. But maybe that's a good thing, because he dominated the first 3.5 minutes and he ended up still losing that match. So maybe it's safer to have a more structured matchup and stuff like that, because I believe for this team to do well, Magnum Tokyo needs to, you know, he needs to win at least one match for that team to be set going to, you know, the freaking his partners coming out. So for them to be better prepared, or for them to have a better chance, I always believe that he needs to win at least one match, because whenever he wins at least one match, his team is in better shape going into beating the other team. So they're more capable of beating the other team as long as Magnum Tokyo wins the first match. That's something I truly believe. They got a better chance of winning once he wins the first matchup. Because anytime that he has lost the first matchup, they have gone on to struggle, if not even, you know, just get slaughtered and not win at all when he has lost the first match. If they didn't get slaughtered this time around, they managed to eliminate at least one person and stuff. Could it be over?
1, 2, 3.
Okay, like I said, Magnum Tokyo this time around is able to get his revenge in just under 3.5 minutes at 3 minutes and 24 seconds. And it is possible that he could go on to sweep this team this time around. Last time he lost a very close match. part3 was able to battle back and get the win over him. But the thing is, I don't see him possibly. It's possible for him to do a sweep, but like as I said before, you know, just like part3, it's no pushover, and neither is Ensign, who's the anchor for this group. This will not be easy for him to try to complete a sweep. And my fault to part3, you know, we're supposed to watch his interests going into the ring and stuff. He was not able to do that. But if this goes to a third match, which part3 probably don't want it to, we'll show part3's interest. His will be the only one, you know, if they go to a third match. Because everybody else will have seen theirs and stuff like that. It is weird to me how good freaking Magnum Tokyo is in this sort of. This seems like his element. This sort of championship seems like his element and stuff like that. And he has done fairly well when it comes to fifth spot chance matches as well. But for whatever reason, this seems like the ideal stipulation for him to be wrestling in matches and stuff like that is the faction of 3 matches and stuff like that. But I think he could benefit from having better teammates. And that's what will happen. I already said, if, you know, what happens with this stuff or wherever. Because, like I said before, Enno, just like Don Fry, are both capable of sweeping teams out on their own and stuff like that. When you got 2 people that good, and the anchor is not half bad either, in instant, you know, that's a dangerous team to be going up against in any situation, especially in this one. But Magnum Tokyo, you know, Dr. Wagner Jr. and Will Mascaras, they're not bad teammates for Magnum Tokyo, but you know, in my eyes, I don't see them being capable of doing as much to win matches as he can against almost any competitor, you know? I see him having the same chances as them having the same chance as him, but due to the amount of damage he can inflict on opponents, you know? So this may be it for Magnum Tokyo. He may be out of this real soon in this matchup, because I think if Enno gets one more rear naked choke on him, it's gonna be curtains for him. Or if he's able to get the guillotine choke, that triangle choke, that could spell the end for him. The reverse triangle choke, I think that's what it's called. Because it's the same position as a triangle choke with the legs, except for instead of your legs being wrapped around the back of his head, they're wrapped around the front of his head where you holding his arm. Magnum Tokyo is staying in this match for longer than expected, so if anything, he may have done some sort of damage to Enno which at least will give his Dr. Wagner Jr. some sort of leeway going to the match. Because even if he did do a lot of damage to him, he still drained some of his stamina going into his next match because it went almost the whole 4 minutes. Almost a whole 4 minutes. Which is not a lot of time, but considering how much stuff you could do in the 4 minutes, because 4 minutes is really 6.5 minutes, because I figured out that every second is actually a second and a half, so 4 minutes is really 6 minutes, so this was probably 5 minutes and 58-second match, the second match. And that concludes the video, because they're all tied up. Once again, I said the video goes 1-on-1, will be ended like that, so alright, but since we are coming up on that, let's talk about something right quick, and that involves me going off of that and onto here, and it will be about AOS Virtual Pro Wrestling 2, so no need to think I'm trying to do stuff with the other games, not as of yet. There is a Nintendo doing a simulation tournament for it that's actually pretty damn good, and it's a boxing game. It's called Ring King, and it's actually pretty damn good. I was trying to play it because I was like, oh, it's a Nintendo game, I should be able to do well in this boxing game. It's not like it's a Super Nintendo game where they got a lot more moves they can use. That motherfucker, it's not a lot of moves and stuff like that, but basically the thing is you can punch, block, you can punch, weave out of being punched, and move around. But the thing is, you can't do all three at the same time. So you're either moving, punching, or weaving out of punches. And like, I was getting destroyed by the computer, and there's no way to set like the difficulty. But I watched like the two characters play on it, and they had like no attributes at all. None of their stuff was up at all, and they absolutely destroyed each other. I was like, what in the world? Like, damn. I was like, and then I found out I can actually watch a tournament with it, so I'm gonna be doing that, a video for that sometime coming up in the future. And like, I'll probably just do the whole first round on one video, then the whole second round, or do a whole entire tournament on one video, and it may be under an hour. But I don't know as of yet, because I can't have a whole gigabyte being used, because there's not a whole gigabyte of space left on this phone. Yeah, but I'm planning on doing that game multiple times, because every time you do the tournament with that game, they have different attributes. So the characters have names, but the characters' attributes always change every time you do a tournament with it, or you do a one-on-one match or anything. The attributes are always changing for them. So they got 3 of them. One of them looks like a boxing glove, the other one looks like speed, and then the other one looks like power or something like that. So I guess the punching thing is like your punching ability, and then the second one is for like your foot speed, your movement, and then the third one looked like it's for like your strength, because it got like the dumbbell symbol on it. Yeah, something like that. Anyway, what I was talking about, oh yeah, was getting into this. So yeah, as you already know, all the characters have been tested now. Yeah, so all these characters have been tested out, all the 16 original. The reason that you'll see the new 24 characters on here, even though I tested out all those, because this was just for me as far as going into the simulations for pay-per-view number 7, and for, you know, show 7B and 7C. So that's all I did this was for, you know, because the new 24 characters I created, they won't be able to be featured into show 8A and stuff like that. So these are now. And what I'm planning on doing is, oh wait, damn it, I pressed the wrong thing. Ain't the video supposed to start? Oh, crap. No. Come on, get off of this shit. Get off of this. Why is it taking so much time, man? No, nigga. Why is that doing that? No.
So, hello there.
I didn't even want the video to start. Come on, get out the video.
For main roster.
Shit. Fucking apps, man. These fucking apps. They get on my nerves. So, not really gonna go through this per se. But as you already know, the 16 is used for, and that was gonna be used for the roster for the champions and stuff like that. But no, scratch that. That shit is not used for that at all. This is just gonna be the blank spot instead. That's what I'm gonna have that for now. That's just a blank spot for the game. I'm not gonna do nothing or have anything to talk about that, but that's just gonna be blanked because that's gonna be for, you know, I don't accidentally save the save the wrong information for the wrong slot with the wrong 8 characters and stuff like that. I accidentally delete the other 8 characters. That's what slot 0 is going to be for. So basically this is what we're going to be using. So you get right here number 1, because there's 8 slots in total. Number 1 is for the KO division, number 2 for the absolute division, number 3 is for the grappling division, and number 4 is for the first teammate. It's for double team member 1 and double team member 2. There, you know, we got the PW division, and then we got the MMA division that they always crafts, but that may not even be anything, you know, because that's not going to be permanent. The AOS crafts. This is for when I do eventually do that. And then you see, now this is with the numbers, but we know when you're on the game, everybody is creator wrestler 1. I mean creator wrestler A through P and stuff like that. So as you see on the game, where it says with the roster thing, you know, the thing at the top where it got like the name of the people for that roster and stuff like that, you see AOS C, which stands for champions, for saving the champions. That was on one thing, as you can see right here. See, same exact stuff right here. And then right here, this is for the challengers, and that's for saving title challengers, and that's the AOS roster, as you can see right there, and stuff like that. So every slot 1, 2, 3, which are the new ones, is slots 8 and 9, which is the original ones. They all have their people saved under AOS roster. You know, even the champions. You know, they're all their stuff is saved on AOS roster. Because when I change up the characters and like give them like new moves or change up their AI settings, or if I just change anything about them that's gonna be permanently changed, I go onto the slots. Then I can go back onto here once the title match happens. So this stuff don't play a factor until the title match happens. So when I do, so say for example, the first one that's gonna be involved with this is the KO division, because it's 2 of my crowds. It's Midas Punch, who is the, I almost call his ass Minus Punch, but Midas Punch, he's the number 1 contender, and he's gonna be going up against Rage. Now Rage retains his title. You know, we're still gonna have him under the I slot, but if Midas Punch somehow able to beat him and become the new champion, I'm gonna eventually have Midas Punch take over where you see the what's they think for the what's the name thing, for he could be under slot I and stuff like that. So that's what we're gonna eventually end up doing. and how we'll go about doing this, that, and the other, and stuff like that. So basically, what I have to do is after Midas Punch wins, if Midas Punch wins and becomes the new champion, he's permanent. What I'm gonna end up happening to do is switch over his name for slot I and have him under as champion. That way, wherever we're going into doing that, he'll be up there. But it won't stay permanently up there. It'll just know that slot I will always be the one for the champion as far as my crafts are concerned. Now, as far as like the rest of the characters on the game go, they could be whoever the hell they are because they have nothing to do with my creator wrestlers. This is for my creator wrestlers are champions, how to save them on there. For when you look at through the what's that, just know that slot I is for, you know, that and absolute and grappling and all that. So that's the only thing this stuff is for, trying to help me figure out. You know, that's all that's trying to help me figure out. And then we got something for you can see once again. I already showed them, and I may talk about it at a later time. This is just how, where is that? Yeah, right here. These are my original 16. Now, this stuff never really changes for any of my characters. Their, you know, ring attires and stuff like that with their taunts. This stuff never really changes, but this is the quickest way to show you new characters. So new characters are right here. You see Tsunami, watch my feet. You see, Tsunami, watch my feet. Victor Flawless. You see Ghost Ninja Shadow. You see Oni, the leader of the Yakuza 4. You see Lion, one of the members of the Yakuza 4. He's basically the muscle of their group. You know? And then you see, now the reason I did his attributes different. His dragon and spider, their attribute thing, their stuff for the head is different. You see how where it says head and stuff with these characters, stuff like that. Then it says hair and stuff like that. Their stuff, as far as their head, is not shown because you see it starts off with pans for them. That's because they're wearing masks, and the mask has like 5 different little settings for the mask. So you see, like this is his, you know, how he looks, and then this is his stuff for his head. You see all that? That's the stuff for the head, because it has 5 different sections for the head, where you could pick what you want for the head and stuff like that. See? And then to show you what the difference is, you see this, you see the head, hair, beard, then it goes to pans, versus Dragon, who's up there, who just has pans because his stuff is, that's how he looks. And this is the stuff for the mask. And then, you know, this character right here, that's one of the first boxers and stuff like that. So that's how that stuff goes. Yeah. So after we get past Dragon, then we're moving on. So after Dragon, which is right here, Wizard is under slot 2. So all these right here is under slot 1. Right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then Wizard, the Genius, he's on the slot 2. Golden Child is also another boxer who's on the slot 2. Same as Damage, the Warrior. And then you got the 3 people who will be involved for the team qualifier that are my creator wrestlers for the faction of 3, which we're currently doing right now. Oh yeah, damn, I forgot to say, Oni, Lion, Spider, and Dragon are going to be part of the combatants team qualifier that's gonna be consisted of 4 people from my creator wrestlers. Yeah, those 4. And all the boxers, all the new boxers, I got 6 new boxers. All of them gonna be part of the Fist by Chance for the KO division. And then, as I just said, the Russian. Let me just click on them right quick. The Russian, Dave Monster, and Crazy Fred. These 3 are part of the faction 3 that I just said a couple seconds ago. They're gonna be part of that team qualifier. Then you got these 2 right here, the Brute Mayhem and the Muscle Panic. They're going to be a tag team for the double team division. And that ends slot 2. Then the final slot, slot 3, we have Final. Oh yeah, wait. We have Final, who is a giant of a being and a super heavyweight. Along with, I forgot to say, because he's a giant person too on this game. Freaking, this one right here. Yeah, he's a super heavyweight. He's a mammoth of a person as well. He's gigantic as well. Tsunami. Along with, there's a lot of them who are tall, but like as far as like super heavyweight size, the only other one up here was the Brute Mayhem, because he's a heavy guy as well, so he's a super heavyweight as well as far as his weight is concerned. He's not as tall as those guys, but he's a super heavyweight because of his weight, whatever like that, you know. And then the most frightening one is probably Final, the end Final, because he's 235 centimeters and he's 205 kilograms, you know. So yeah, he's well over 400. He's 451 or something pounds. That's what he is. And he's like either 7'6" or 7'8" or some freakish number as far as his height is concerned. Or probably 7'6" or some shit like that. Yeah, so he's a gigantic motherfucker. Then moving on to the next one, we got Blur, who's supposed to the Blur Speed, and he supposed to be my grappler. He's gonna be my grappler, you know. So he got all those tours of he's a suplex machine. I think that's what they call Taz, because Samoa Joe was a submission machine. I think Taz was like a suplex machine, but he makes Taz look like he's nothing. That's how much better I think he is than Taz and suplexes and stuff like that. You know who that character is. Like Brock Lesnar may own Suplex City, but shit, the person who will govern that place or who could overthrow him in an election is this motherfucker right here. Then you have 9 weapons, better known as Legway, I mean. Yeah, that means he uses both punches, elbows, knees, kicks, and headbutts. I don't know the exact concept of that style of martial arts. Besides the other name they call it, I think they call it Burmese boxing, bare knuckle kickboxing or something like that. I forget exactly what it's called, but I know for sure they use. It's Muay Thai, but it's with bare knuckle, and you can use headbutts, you know. And then you got the sumo guy, Yokozuna. He's based off of the Siegfried character. There's a couple characters who's based off of people from various video games or movies and stuff like that. And I didn't name them all, but that's what his attire and some of his moves actually represent. The same thing with Golden Child. Golden Child is based off of Steve Fox, and this guy right here. Damn it! Oh, you gotta be kidding me! I can't stand this sometimes. How long have we been here? 35 minutes. Yeah. So let me just finish this up right quick. God damn it! Why is this so? Why is these apps so annoying? No, I wasn't pressing on that. You know I wasn't pressing that. It'd probably be simpler just to go right there for now on to do stuff, but I can't get straight to this by pressing on that. Good thing it's not that hard to get back to where I was at. This is Golden Child, who I said was based off of Steve Fox, and I just told you about. He's based off of E Honda from off of Street Fighter. I'm gonna have a video that talks about this stuff more in depth and stuff like that, and then the one you see, the Beast Rex, he's based off of Borog and stuff like that, and then this guy right here, Punch Happy. He's not based off of that character, but he could be. Like, as far as his look goes, he's somewhat based off of the character from off of Ready to Rumble Boxing or whatnot. That guy called the Wizard, the Genius, he's based off of that Latino fighter that Makeda Ippo had. He had that sparring match against, the one that Ippo had the sparring match against, that world champion that he had the sparring match against. That's who he based off of. And then you got these two characters at the bottom. The amazing one, Jake Shock. And then you got the Fighter Strike. Now the Fighter Strike, he's going to be another one of those kickboxing types. You could throw a variety of strikes. And then, you know, the amazing one, he's another wrestler, but he's more of a shoot style and so forth and so on and stuff like that, with cool moves and stuff like that. So yeah, that's what you gotta look forward to with the new 24 characters that I have created, and that's just slots 1 through 3 plus 7 plus 8 and 9, but we still got 4, 5, 6, and 7, which is another 32 characters that I could possibly, that I'm going to create, which will give us a grand total of 170 people to be able to be used for AOS Virtual Pro Wrestling 2, this promotion or wrestling company or whatever the hell you want to call it, for its matches and stuff like that towards the future. Yeah. Which is gonna probably leave us with, if you subtract the, if you subtract the 57 from that 170, you're gonna have 113 people. Which I already explained time and time again and stuff like that. Let's go back on here. On here, I can't switch this video over yet because it's still going on. We're almost at 40 minutes, so let's go back on here where I can save the game. Now I'm ready to save it. So yeah, until the next one later, which is coming up next. And right now the score is 1-1. This time around, Magnum Tokyo was able to beat Don Frye, but as I said, it was highly unlikely that he was going to be able to defeat both him and Eno in back-to-back matches. So the score is now 1-1 with Both teams have won a match. And Magnum Tokyo, I'm not sure how much damage he did to Eno, but he did keep him in the match for almost a whole 4 minutes. So that could play a factor in his match versus Dr. Wagner Jr. But who knows? So it's the next one later. Yeah, that was just a little bit of stuff to talk about. And this has been part 3 of the Fo3 3 championship match. Oh yeah, damn it! I keep on forgetting that shit's not up here no more. I can only press it right here. I don't know how to fix it. Let's put it back there, but it don't matter. I just gotta get used to pressing it down here. All right, so to the next one later. Damn it.